Hello, baseball fans. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Hello, baseball fans, and welcome in On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. As always, thank you so much for checking out the channel. I do appreciate it. While you're here, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for notifications so that you can stay up to date with everything going on here at On Deck, and of course, with the Atlanta Braves, which, speaking of, if you're a Braves fan, I'm sure you've noticed that Ronald Acuna Jr. has struggled a lot lately, whether it be in the field, at the plate, or just playing the game of baseball. He has seemed to struggle more than he ever has before, or at least longer than he ever has before. In fact, I don't remember an extended amount of time like we have seen recently where Ronald Acuna has struggled as much as he has. It doesn't seem like he's having fun being at the ballpark. He looks uptight, and that's what I really want to key in here, is that he looks like he is not enjoying the game. Now, that being said, what's wrong with Ronald Acuna Jr.? Some folks would point to the injury he suffered last year, but I'll be honest with you, I don't think so. When he first came back, he was off to the races. You could tell he was excited to be back at the ballpark, and he had something to prove. So what changed? I want to flash back to June 13th, 2022. This was Braves versus Nationals in Washington, D.C. The Braves would win this game 9-5, but the key takeaway was not the offense. It was Ozzie Albies breaking his foot while at the plate. So I thought it was worth looking into the idea that Ozzie Albies' absence could be having an effect on Ronald Acuna Jr. So let's take a look at the numbers. This is prior to June 13th. In 33 games, 150 plate appearances, Ronald had 38 hits, 6 homers, 40 strikeouts, and 11 stolen bases. That would be good for a .306 batting average and a .446 on base. Now let's look after June 13th into today. 29 games, 134 plate appearances, 26 hits, 2 homers, 31 strikeouts, 9 stolen bases, 220 average, and a .276 on base. That's a near 100-point difference in the average and 170-point difference in the on base. So yes, I think it's definitely having an effect. I think it's worth noting that without Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna Jr. does not look like himself. Now, I'm not saying it's the only reason. I don't think that's the case at all. But I think Ozzie Albies has a lot of factors that, could influence someone like Ronald Acuna. So why would Ozzie Albies not being at the ballpark have an effect on Ronald Acuna Jr.? I'm sure you're at home thinking about that. This is a professional athlete. He's got to show up to the park and play at top game all the time. To me, it's simple. Ozzie Albies has the ability to keep Acuna loose. How many times have we been watching a game and seen those two guys in the dugout together, on the field, cutting up, staying loose, enjoying playing the game? And again, I know you're at home thinking that doesn't have an effect, but it's constant. When you watch a game, those two are almost inseparable. Whether, again, it be in the dugout, on the field, in the clubhouse, it doesn't matter. Those two are obviously friends, and I'm sure they hang out outside of the ballpark. But Ozzie Albies has something that no one else on that team has the ability to do, and that is to keep Ronald Acuna loose and having fun. Now, that being said, I don't think you're going to hear this anywhere else. I don't think anyone else is going to go reporting on this because 99% of baseball, 99.9% of baseball is focused on measurements, statistics, percentages, the measurables, right? This is a rare thing that I think, again, that Ozzie Albies possesses that is immeasurable. Playing loose, having fun, and being a part of the team is something that you cannot find on Baseball Reference or Fangraphs. You can't find it. So, the obvious question here is, when is Ozzie Albies returning? Because this could have a major effect on the Braves team as a whole, in the lineup, and with someone like Ronald Acuna. The earliest it could be is August 12th. That's because he is on the 60-day injured list dating back to June 13th. But being that there is no timetable yet, it likely won't be until mid to late September, gearing up for the postseason. That being said, Ronald cannot play like he has played recently if he wants to keep his status as one of the best young players in Major League Baseball. He has to ramp up. He's got to start playing like himself. To do that, he's going to have to get loose and have fun like we have seen him do so much before. And at the plate, he's got to get his confidence back. In the field, his defense has got to take a step up. All in all, he has got to have fun again. And frankly, we have not seen that lately. And until September, he's going to have to do that without Ozzie Albies. The Braves have done well since June 1st. That's when the Braves really started heating up. That's 2 weeks before Albies got hurt. They've been able to play well since then without Ozzie Albies, Ronald Acuna Jr. being that exception. June 1st was the team meeting that Brian Snitker called, that we heard about in the media. It was called to attention that the Braves weren't playing like themselves. Maybe it's time to call attention to Ronald Acuna Jr. Since June 1st, the Braves have cut the 10.5 game lead that the Mets had over them into a close second. Currently, at the time of recording this, 1 game back. The starting rotation has become more complete with the addition of Spencer Strider, but so has the offense with the addition of Michael Harris and now Eddie Rosario returning. Not to mention performances of the year from Dansby Swanson, Austin Riley, and I would even add Matt Olson, plus the best catching tandem in baseball, Contreras and d'Arnaud. The entire lineup has stepped up. The entire starting rotation and pitching staff has stepped up. And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr.'s turn. We all know that it's inevitable that Acuna is going to flip on the switch, but hopefully it's sooner rather than later. The Braves have the potential to be just as successful as they were last year in the World Series title run. They have a more complete team now than they did this time last year. One of the key pieces they were missing last year was Ronald Acuna Jr. due to his injury. And now, in 2022, once again, one of the biggest key pieces that the Braves are missing is a premier-level Ronald Acuna Jr. His struggles are far from the biggest problems on the team. You can talk to me about Ian Anderson. You can talk to me about the bullpen being a little bit shaky. But Ronald Acuna Jr.'s issues have not gone unnoticed. You, as a fan, have noticed it. I know you have. I have noticed it. Braves fans across social media has noticed it. And I guarantee you the Braves coaching staff has noticed it as well. Ronald is one of these players that can go on a tear and carry a team. And again, I want to just emphasize it is his turn to do so. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we will see Ronald Acuna be who he can be. And you know what? I think if it works out, he could have a great postseason for the Atlanta Braves as well. So that's it for today. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time right here at On Deck.
Baseball fans, make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to this channel. As always, thank you for your support.